Now, the last step we're going to look at is actually converting our file using iPicture. Now, a couple of things that you need to be aware of. One is that when you save a file from ArtCAM Express using the general iCarver post-processor or machine file format, it saves it as a DAT file. That's David Apple Thomas. Now, that DAT file could be put on a thumb drive, and you could install that into your machine, and that machine would read that file, and you could machine that project right from ArtCAM straight to the machine. The problem is that two functions will not be in existence when you do that. One is that you will see that you won't see a percentage done on the controller as it's machining the project. And the second thing that it will not do is it will not utilize the border function on the CNC machine. Now, the border function on our iCarvers is particularly important because what it allows you to do is actually the tool lift above the material, and it will border exactly where the tool is going to be traveling for that particular project. What that border function eliminates is if you have the wrong size material, or if your material is inverted. In other words, you've designed a project 8 by 12, but have inadvertently put the material in the machine at 12 by 8. The software has no idea that took place, the controller doesn't know it took place, and all that will happen is that you potentially could machine a clamp because it could be in the way of your machine's travel. If you want to have that border function and that percentage done show up on that controller, then you need to convert that file from a DAT file to a G file. That's capital G, capital E, capital E. And iPicture will do that for you. So in iPicture, I click on File, and I'm going to open a G-code file. And if you remember from the last video, on our desktop, we saved a DAT file that was called test1. So we're going to scroll down, and there's our test1 DAT file, which we will open. And you can see that the software says click Confirm to begin the analysis of the G-code, which we will say OK. G-code has been totally analyzed. This whole operation takes literally a few seconds, and we will call this test 2, and as you can see, it's saving it as a G file. I could now put that file on my thumb drive and run it directly to my machine, and as you can see, the mission is complete. Our G file has been saved. And now I have a file that is not only can be machined, but I can also use the border function, and I will see the percentage done on my controller when I run the machining operation. So that concludes Project 1, which is the basic use of the geometry tools. From here, we're going to move on to Project 2, which is the bitmap to vector conversion.